all my favorite shows, you know, comedy and non-comedy have been that's the highest compliment you can give us, because it's, you know, when I look at the shows, the television shows that I responded to, why, you know, if I watch a cop show, if I watch a medical show, I'm going to see the murder of the week. I'm going to see the disease of the week. Growing up, I liked things like The Twilight Zone. I liked things like, you know, I was a Star Trek fan because I didn't know whether I was going to see an adventure story or a quiet relationship story or a story involving some sort of social political commentary. To turn on a show and not have any idea what it is that you're going to see is.
Would you like to do the Captain Kirk speech that you did on my show earlier a couple of weeks ago? It's one of the greatest speeches. It's about the episode where they go to the planet where there's no more war because they just have a computer-generated war, and then the people just walk into a termination machine, which apparently was not the way you really do it, because Captain Kirk says...
Death, disease, destruction, horror. That's what war is, Councilman. That's what makes it a thing to be avoided. You've made it neat and simple. So neat and simple. That you've had no reason to stop it.
All right.
And you've had it for 500 years.
Now that's talent, ladies and gentlemen.
I do want to add that for that reason, the writer's room was, it was also the most difficult show to write on, because every episode was packed with 3 stories, 3 episodes, 3 full act would take a right turn and take you on a new adventure, and it needed that many more jokes and that many more gags, and it's so dense. It was kind of, it was difficult.
And all these animated shows, you never have a producer saying, we can't afford to shoot an exterior on the moon.
That's right.
You know, you can't afford to do a parody of every TV show from the 80s. I mean, Kara will find a way to say we can't afford something. But it really is, and it's the challenge and the fun of these shows, because the world is your oyster.
And also the challenge to you know, there are times when it is possible to be too crazy. You know, it's like at the core, these shows should have the same kind of backbone as a live action show. I mean, sometimes a show can get, you know, we've done episodes that have just been so out there that they just don't land. I think there was one where Stewie was in a robot suit the whole episode, and there was just nothing connecting it to, you know, to reality. And as crazy as the show is, to some degree, they have to have some sort of a backbone. I mean, there's an episode, the episode Barely Legal, where Meg falls in love with Brian, and that show had maybe 6 or 7 sets. You could have done that show in live action. It's one of our best episodes. Yeah. So the same rules do apply.
And yet, I mean, I said this to you the other night when we were at the public library.
You kept it down.
Yeah. That one thing I love about the show is absolutely no consistency.
No.
The only thing that is consistent is we are going to make you laugh. Good. You will absolutely deviate from a character. You will deviate from the plot. You will break the fourth wall.
I'd love to defend that statement, but it's absolutely true.
It really is.
True. Yeah.
I mean, the perfect example is the dog. You know, when you want him to be a dog, he's a dog. But most of the time, he's not. But at any given moment, it reverts back to he has to shit on the carpet or something, you know, which is, I mean, and again, the only thing that's consistent is we want to pull that laugh.
There is a little bit of that, you know, our roots in, you know, the old cartoons of the 40s, you know, where one week, look, Wile E. Coyote's chasing the Roadrunner, the next week he's punching in with that sheepdog.
Yeah. Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
It is, you know, if something is funny enough, with animation you can always find a way to buy it back in some way.
Right.